Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your monthly reading for March 2025. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it, Cancer. This is the most bonkers, game-changing, your new era making month. Welcome, okay? This is when 2025 starts officially. As I said in your 2025 forecast, and it is quite literally the first of the first month of the astrological calendar. We have the equinox, but I've got to tell you how big this month is. It is so life changing. First of all, it took me like 4 times as long to put this overview together. We have 2 eclipses, so we are in eclipse season. Venus is going to be retrograde in Aries. Mercury will retrograde in Aries, overlapping the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, where the sun is in its exaltation, because we'll move into Aries season with Chiron in Aries. Okay, not just that, we also have a 2-week long conjunction with 4 to 7 planets, okay, on top of the sun conjuncting Saturn, Venus, Mercury, and Neptune. There are absolutely no oppositions this month, all right, other than the lunations, of course, including the eclipses. 1 square, right? But it's a good one. So no challenging aspects this month. And if you saw your annual forecast, you know that 4 outer planets, which makes this a game-changing year, that are moving signs. Well, we have the first one, Neptune moving into Aries. Okay, that has not happened since 1861. No one on Earth has experienced Neptune in Aries. And speaking of Neptune, he's going out with a bang. He's going to have 4 conjunctions this month at 29 degrees. So, are you ready for the changes that you're going to have in your life? Big, major change. Okay, Cancer, buckle up. This is the month. We're here. All right. Now, I also want to remind you, before we even get to March, February 27th, the end of February, we had that amazing, one of the best new moons in Pisces, right? That kicked off March. So the first 2 weeks of March, you're going to be feeling the influence of that right off the bat. That's your 9th house. Spirituality, your belief system, self-belief, wisdom, learning new things, going back to school, higher mind, right? Travel, long distance travel. A lot of y'all going on big trips. Big time travel, foreign cultures, foreign lands, book publishing, yeah, broadcasting, podcasting, all of that. So, buckle up, buckle up. Let's get started. Saturday, March 1st. I'm not going over everything. There's nearly 30 aspects. You'll see what's happening here. Okay, so Venus goes retrograde right off the bat. March 1st, 11 degrees in Aries. All right. So I want to let you know, first of all, this is not a typical Venus retrograde. She's going to move back into Pisces on March 27th, retrograde, then go direct in Pisces April 12th, where she'll be until April 30th, and then move back into Aries April 30th to June 5th. And so you see that this is a like Venus is spending pretty much 5 months between only 2 signs, going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, it's kind of like the Bachelorette. She's like, who do I choose? Who do I choose? Venus retrograde in Aries, by the way, that is more, what do I want? Okay, Venus retrograde in Pisces, who's gonna sweep me off my feet? This is gonna be a month. Okay, Venus retrograde in her weakened state is going to ask you to reassess what brings you pleasure, what do you desire, especially when it comes to career. Especially when it comes to career. For y'all, oh yeah. You see all the Aries activity happening. Aries rules your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, your reputation, honors, achievements. If you're not working, if you're retired, What are you exerting all your energy into that you want to be known for? Just think about your greatest passion, right? So I did a video on Venus retrograde. This one, I want you to think back to 2017, the last time we had Venus retrograde in Aries like this, okay? But I'll leave the link to my Venus retrograde video at the end of this video, or quite possibly, in the description. I think it's in the description box. Now, the other thing is, and of course, we're going to break this down a lot more in your weekly forecast, as in next week, because I'm skipping a lot of aspects here too. We do have on March 2nd, Mercury conjunct Neptune. That's big. Mercury has a megaphone right now. This is thinking, speaking, communicating, writing, anything that you, in those regards, are going to be very emotionally moving, right? It's all about the arts, compassion, your dreams, spirituality. Wonderful for artists. Big time, okay? Mercury is a storyteller. Neptune is a fairy tale, right? So, keep a foot on the ground, as I always say with this combination here, all right? But you can use it to your advantage. And again, we'll talk about more. It's like if you're writing a fantasy novel, this is your month, okay? There's so many different ways to use this. We'll talk about it next week. Monday, March 3rd, Mercury officially moves into Aries, okay? Now, this is also a unique Mercury retrograde because Mercury is going to retrograde in Aries March 14th, kind of like doing what Venus did, go direct April 7th in Pisces for about a week, and then go back into Aries April 15th, and we'll be there until May 10th. So, first, Mercury in Aries, that is bold. That's speaking with conviction. That's quick thinking. It's confidence. It's being very direct. It's knowing what you want. It's you going through the drive-through at Taco Bell, and you're like, I want meal 1, 3, 4, large soda, French fries, all that add that milkshake, done, right? No dilly dally with Mercury and Aries, okay? And again, this is your 10th house of career. You've got a lot of career stuff on your mind. There's going to be changes. Cancer, there's going to be changes. I'll let you know now because Aries is very enterprising. It's very entrepreneurial. Some of y'all are going to be starting your own businesses. It's very bold, or side hustles. Very bold. Okay, there's this great enthusiasm, but I do want to remind you, you see that Mercury and Venus are overlapping retrograde. Secondly, Mercury in Aries can be a little too aggressive. Keep that in mind. All right. Now, Friday, March 7th, we have the Sun in Pisces trining Mars in your sign. Okay. You've waited for this moment, Cancer. Mars is no longer retrograde. Mars is still in your sign, and he's waking up. He's waking up. This is the Sun trine Mars. You're going to feel this all month long. You're going to feel it all month long. Okay. So this is energy. This is the Sun. We're talking about trining Mars in your sign. Big. All right. So a lot of courage. It's life force energy. This is getting the job done. This is having physical drive, right? We're talking about the Sun here and Mars. So stamina. Use it. Go for a power walk while you're reassessing things, while you're meditating. Do some gardening. Go to the gym. Wear those shoes where every toe has its own, sleeve. You do you. It could be very emotionally moving too. It's in 2 water signs. Now, another thing that's happening, March 12th, the Sun will conjunct Saturn. This is rare. It happens once a year. And remember, we've had Mercury and Venus conjunct Saturn. We've had Mars trine Saturn. And so you see Saturn is building you this bridge as he promised, this stability, right? But also making you more of an authority. And this is, with the Sun conjunct Saturn, there is this element, this air of being hardworking, wanting to prove your worth. It's really, really nice. There's something here about accolades and achievements and, getting validation from, your bosses, authorities, whatever it is, okay? You're likely starting something new. I'm looking at what's happening, or you want it really bad. Um, and Saturn is actually asking you to take on some responsibility, and you are like, I want all of it because you want to prove yourself. This is a great aspect, but here's the thing. This is when things are going to get spicy. Yeah? It's because not only is the sun going to conjunct Saturn, the sun is conjuncting Saturn, conjuncting the North Node, conjuncting Neptune, all in Pisces until March 20th. And again, that's a lot of energy in your ninth house. So, like I said, spirituality and your belief system and wisdom, teaching, all of that, everything that I mentioned earlier, book publishing, etc. And Venus and Mercury are retrograde, conjuncting at the same time for a few weeks. Now, why is this kind of spicy? Because it's happening right when we have the full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo. What is going on this month? So, it's happening Thursday, March 13th or 14th, depending on where you live. And here's the thing. This is a big one. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here with you. All right. It's in your third house. This is happening very early in the morning. It's going to start around midnight. That's why, 13th, 14th, right? And so around 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time, my time. So convert that to wherever you are. That's when it's at its maximum. It ends at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please go outside and see it visually. It's going to be amazing. Now, what's happening here is that we are officially kicking off the Pisces Virgo eclipses, right? Remember, North Node, South Node, Rahu, K2, the nodal axis. Okay, so the last time this happened was 2006, 2008. If you want to take a peek at what was happening, all right, there could have been something with travel, just to let you know, all right? And 2006 to 2008, because these eclipses repeat at nearly the exact degrees, all right? Now, so you're about to have some big change happen in your life. This is in your third house. What is third house? Communication. It's writing, it's researching, it's learning new things, okay? Being very curious about new things, absorbing things, information, but also, and you've got that book, like the ninth house, so some of y'all truly are writing books. Now, third house is also like marketing, advertising. It is siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and neighbors, and short distance travel. Some of y'all may be coming back from a trip. Some of y'all may be going on a trip. Some of y'all may have some circumstances with siblings or family members, like I mentioned, because with this eclipse, and most eclipses, but we're focusing on this one. There are sometimes eclipses where it's not you, but there are changes happening within your orbit to people close to you. So just keep your mind, it may be a sister or a brother or whatever, it's still whoever's part of your journey. Now, here's the other thing. And so therefore it impacts your world in some way, right? So the other thing is it is kind of like, I'm looking at this eclipse and there may be something here. It could even be like a conversation that you have with I don't know, like an uncle or a brother, whoever, your neighbor. And it may be the smallest thing and you don't think twice about it. But this is where that snowball effect happens. So weeks down the line, even months down the line, it could grow into something big in your reality based on that tiny conversation that started now. Okay? And like a butterfly effect. Yeah, the ripple effect. So just keep that in mind. These eclipses are powerful. This is 10 times the power of a full moon. And so this is part of your evolution. This is your awakening, your frequency. And eclipses put you on the path you need to be on. And they bring truth into light. Okay? Just keep that in mind, because eclipses can be game changers and can eclipse things out of your life. So it may be, I don't know, if maybe the past 2 months You haven't been getting along with your neighbor. There may be something here where it's like, okay, the neighbor finally moves. There you go. There's so many possibilities, but definitely something with communication will be activated for you. There is a lot of weight with this eclipse. I mean, it is conjuncting the South Node in Virgo. And it's, I said they're only the oppositions are only with like the lunations. This is a lunar eclipse. It's obviously going to be opposite Saturn and Pisces and whatnot. So something's got to go. Okay, Cancer, this is that time. Lunar eclipse, very emotional. Some things will just end because it's an eclipse. So for some of y'all, you may find it not as much as a turning point as, as much as it's an ending, right? And so it can really, really have this impact on your life where you find that release, okay? Now, because it is a lunar eclipse in Virgo, we have to cue Bruno Mars. You are beautiful just the way you are. And I say that because this is an eclipse in Virgo. I've talked about this, Virgo. So this is releasing any perfectionism, okay? Nobody's perfect. This is releasing anything where you're self-critical or hypercritical or just really hard on yourself. You don't deserve that. We're letting that go. That's I told you this is the healing path. The nodal shift this year in Pisces and Virgo. And we're here. Virgo is being selfless. Virgo is service to others. All right. So see what plays out around this time. All right. Because sometimes you don't even see what happens until like 30 days later. Eclipses are big. They have big impact. Now, if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising, your moon, your sister, your brother, your husband, whoever, all the mutable signs, that includes Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, and you, okay? Because the moon rules you. I'm throwing you in here. Will feel the impact of this eclipse the most over the other signs. If it's your birthday around this eclipse, again, if you're a cross watcher, you're going to have change. Now, if you also have planets or your moon in Virgo between 22, 26 degrees, we can, it can be 27-ish. Like me, right? Just see what happens. There's going to be some change. All right. Now, remember, the sun is literally, it's conjuncting Saturn and Pisces at the same time. So again, truly that, that mutable energy, Pisces, like really going to feel this. So, and that's really interesting because this is all in your ninth house, this Pisces activity, and it's pulling you in this direction, this sense of like responsibility toward, everything in the ninth house that I mentioned earlier. Whereas this full moon is saying, wait, hold on, we need to clear this up. We got to put this to bed first. All right. So you may feel a little pulled around this eclipse. The sun will be sextile Uranus, which is actually great. There's going to be something here with like a friendship or friends or groups that you belong to, or community. And quite possibly something with your hopes, your wishes, your future dreams. Big. Okay, now, so you see the sun sextile Uranus, right? Now, Mercury goes retrograde on Friday, March 14th, the same day, in Aries. We know Mercury retrograde, right? We don't have to go over that, but yeah, you're definitely processing career stuff. And that's just how it is. You don't want to launch anything during Mercury retrograde, okay? Just keep that in mind. And then there's a lot of communication stuff happening for you, as well as a lot of travel this month. All right, a lot of emphasis there. But we'll talk more about this, especially with the two retrogrades overlap in your weekly forecast to come. Now, another thing that's happening is Thursday, March 20th, the sun moves into Aries. So happy equinox, happy spring. How crazy is it? It's spring. Happy fall in the southern hemisphere. Now, this is kind of this is spicy. We got Venus, Mercury, and now the sun in Aries, right? Stellium in Aries. We're building up to Neptune moving into Aries soon. The sun is exalted in Aries where it does its best. Remember, Aries is the ram. You are going to feel driven in your 10th house of career. All your focus for the next 4 weeks from this point forward will be on career and fame, your reputation, everything I mentioned earlier. Remember, Aries is the I am of the zodiac. It's all about you. Make it all about you. You're going to anyway, so really prioritize what you want. And I say that because every sign is going to make, like, it's all about them, right? It's Aries. So now at this point, you have Saturn, Neptune, and the North Node still conjuncting in Pisces, along with the Sun, Mercury, and Venus, retrograde conjuncting in Aries until March 27th. That's kind of big. All right. Now, and there's going to be a number of, you're going to have like mini transformations throughout the month as well, because there's a lot of Pluto aspects, and they're all great. But I'll cover them in, well, actually, yeah, well, a few of them. That's something I forgot to say. If you're new to my channel, I'm giving you your astrological overview, then I do your spread, and then I break it down week by week, and I pull more cards, and I tell you more aspects related to just you. Now, Saturday, March 22nd, we've got the Sun conjunct Venus in Aries. This is rare. Please put this in your calendar. This is a once a year aspect. Like I said, this is romantic. Please plan something. Now, if not romantic, again, this is just a gift from the universe saying, hey, we've got something, or you may remember something or realize something that you really, 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 really want in career. This is all happening in your 10th house. Maybe a creative project, whatever it is, there's something here where please put wheels in motion. Okay. Now, Tuesday, we'll skip that. Well, we'll skip that. We'll do it later. Thursday, March 27th. Now we got Venus conjunct Neptune. It's not on the whiteboard. This is great. We'll talk about it later. This is love and compassion, music, the arts. If you're an artist, really great. But Venus will now re-enter Pisces, still retrograde at 29 degrees. And if you don't know, 29 degrees is a critical degree. It's clearing some house. You're about to move into this new area in your life. And now we've got Venus conjuncting Neptune, conjuncting Saturn, conjuncting the North Node, conjuncting the moon, because the moon will be in Pisces, and the Sun conjuncting Mercury in Aries. That is a 7-planet, one big junction. What is going on? Because they're all between 24 degrees, 9 degrees. They're all straddling that 0 degree point, the degree of new beginnings. So do you see, Cancer, how big of a month this is going to be for you? Because this is happening right at the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Okay. March 29th. Mark it in your calendar. Some of y'all are going to feel it right away. But as soon as you watch this video in February, yeah, this is big. Okay. 9 degrees. It's happening at 7 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. This is the last Aries eclipse in the Aries Libra axis that we just moved out of, right? So hugely enterprising. I mean, any solar eclipse in Aries is going to be big. It's going to be bold, and it can be a breakthrough in itself. Okay. Remember the ram, right? A lot of y'all are changing or taking bold actions or preparing for some significant change. This is in your 10th house of career and fame, like I said earlier. And Jupiter and Pluto are really great alignment here. But anyway, all the cardinal signs, Aries, you, right? Libra and Capricorn will feel this the most. This is going to have a really big impact on you out of all the signs the most. And Sagittarius and Leo. I'm going to throw the fire signs in here, okay? Obviously Aries, but and especially Leo. All right. Because the sun's your ruler, right? So if you have like Leo rising or whatnot, any planets or moon in Aries in your birth chart between 7-11 degrees, oh yeah, you'll see. You're gonna see some changes, and especially if your birthday's around this time or on this day, big. Okay, now the same day, Mercury is going to re-enter Pisces. Yeah, therefore Mercury is going to conjunct Neptune again at 29 degrees, and now you have Mercury, Venus, Neptune, Saturn, the North Node, all conjuncting in Pisces until April 15th. This is, and then on March 30th, there you go. Neptune moving into Aries, a landmark day. Again, Neptune has not been here since for 164 years. Nobody living on this planet has experienced Neptune in Aries. We'll talk about it more in April, because that's when it's going to have the most impact. And I hope you realize, Cancer, you see that eclipse, the new moon eclipse, the new things happening, new beginnings, right? It's at the end of March. I've talked about this in your last reading, all the new moons and this eclipse, this new moon eclipse. They're all happening at the end of every month for like the first 6 months of 2025. Therefore, that one, yeah, you're going to feel more in April. A lot of you are going to be in new jobs or new careers, start businesses, all like become more famous. This is big month. So let's see what's going on for you. All right, Cancer, for March 2025, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Cancer, y'all. Okay, I can take this off now. How are y'all doing? Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Y'all crack me up. Cancer, I do a traditional culture cross spread. Offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Cancer, you know I love you. All right? I know my voice is almost gone, but I'm here for you. I'm always here for you, Cancer. You know that. You know I love y'all. Okay. Let's get to it. So, I would prepare for some things that are going to, okay? And it's all about moving forward, okay? Now, I don't know what all this is. Okay. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. There's going to be some change. All right. I told y'all March is going to be bonkers. I told y'all everyone's going to go through change. You got the Seven of Swords. Do you remember this guy? Cancer, you doing your work? Okay. Did you look at your last week's reading? We got to do that work. The Seven of Swords. What in your world is a little out of order? What in your world is someone getting away with? What in your world, like within your orbit, right? This card is highly associated with lying, cheating, stealing, okay? But it looks very much like it could be to yourself, like not being honest with yourself about something here. And you've got to do that work. You have to trust your intuition. You have to trust your intuition. Everything's going to be fine. As long as you do the work, right? So stealing the swords in broad daylight, he's meant to be caught. He's meant to be caught. Do the work. So this is saying some of y'all are feeling that there may be something happening within your, it could be like in a relationship, it could be a business partner. This is an Aquarius card. So clearly that's your 8th house. Two reasons why I'm bringing this up. One, the 8th house is death and rebirth, and it's transformation. And it's so deep, and it gets so psychological, where when this card comes up for you right now, it's saying you've got to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I've done my best. I haven't ignored anything. I haven't bypassed anything. I've done my best. And I'm on my karmic journey. I'm not going to get in my own way, and I'm not going to let anyone else get in my way. If they're doing something that doesn't sit right with me, we're going to have a conversation, okay? Now, I say that because you got the Five of Cups and the heart of your spread. There's going to be something here. If you're not being honest with yourself, or if you're letting someone get away with something that doesn't sit well with you, well, there can be repercussions. And the Five of Cups, look, he's looking back at the spilled cups. Something happened and it really impacted him emotionally. And so there may be some emotional healing for that emotional growth throughout this month. All right? The bigger takeaway, and I don't make this up. You see the two cups behind him. So A, there's hope in every card, by the way. B, pick up those cups. You've got a bright future. All you got to do is pick up those cups, go over the bridge, go home, put up your feet with those shoes, with the toes with each sleeve. You'll be fine. It might be something that is ending, and you're just, I can't let this go. So take your time with that emotional healing if you need to do that, because we do have Venus and Mercury retrograde. So you don't want to start anything in March. Things are going to start happening within your life. But you see how with the new moon eclipse at the end of the month, that's when it's like, boom, right? Like, let's do this. Because you've got that Ace of Pentacles in your challenge area too. And so this is just really interesting. It's almost like there's something here again. It's almost like there could have been this opportunity had you been honest with yourself, or had that moment with someone that was doing something mischievous or dishonest or disloyal, and just letting that pass by, right? It's almost like the biggest pentacle on the deck just kind of like slipped past you, okay? And the other thing is, because Venus is retrograde the entire month, if you do want to launch a business or do something new, have this new path, it really, really would be better in April, when we're out of the retrogrades. Okay, you can build your path and continue down your path, but it may not be the right time with the retrogrades and with the eclipses and with the 20 planet conjunctions. Like, what is going on? Okay, so I like this. You got the two queens. Okay, stand strong. Okay, law of attraction, mind over matter. You can have whatever you want. She knows that. She's the Queen of Wands, and she's in your crown. And the Queen of Wands is Aries. She is the entrepreneur too. You got a lot of career stuff on your mind. You got a lot of career stuff that is important for you. All right? But remember what I said. You create your reality. You can have whatever you want. You just can't hold on to the past. And you can't let things slip by. Because you see, he's looking back. He's looking back. You want to look forward. You want to look forward. You got the Queen of Pentacles in the root of your spread. I love it. She has a big maternal side. And, there's a lot of references. There's a lot of references between the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician. Okay, so take this as a sign. You do have the power to manifest whatever you want. Okay, and so because she knows that and she's used that practice, therefore lives in a world that she was able to create, the world that she envisioned for herself and her family and everyone within her kingdom. Okay, because she had that confidence. And so I like this because there's something motivating you here with the Queen of Pentacles and the root of your spread. And when I say she's like the magician, I mean the outfit, right? First of all, I mean it's the magicians. It's flipped, inside out. You see the roses at the top, like the magician card. You see the rabbit in the corner here, right? The brown. Do you see that? Yeah. Anyway, uh, fertility, growth, all of that, and then lastly, it looks like everything's gonna be great. You have the Two of Cups in your future. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Thank you, Aristotle. You're going to be good. And this is a Cancer card. And what I was going to say earlier, what are the chances you got the Two of Cups with the Five of Cups, where the Two Cups, if you can just move forward and let this go, you're going to be fine. A lot of partnership, relationship. And it can be platonic. There's this healing too. Great passion and healing. Let's get to your stuff. Cancer. Y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. There's you got a lot going on, but you got Jupiter entering your side. I know. I have to remind you. It's a big deal that's going to come soon. Okay, so and I love y'all. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, yeah, This is good. I like this. This is great. This is actually really, really great. You got the World. Yeah, that's big news. Because you are ready for this big change. But again, you got to look forward. You got to move. Walk past that finish line. But that's really wonderful. Just continue to be very proud of yourself, okay? Main thing, right? Self-love. And then you've got the Six of Cups in your external factors area. That's wonderful. That's all about, sharing and caring. And it's kindness. It's also like forgiving if you need that, because there's so much healing here. It's the biggest house in tarot. There's so much comfort, okay? Harmony with that. And so I love that, because you got these two healing cards, right? So again, as long as you move forward, you'll be able to heal. And you got that Knight of Swords, great. You want to get, let's do it, right? It's like you having this mini wake up call, but in a way where you feel that courage, that boldness. Like, I can take on the world. I got it. I got this. And then the Three of Pentacles. So, like I said, some of y'all moving into new jobs, thinking about it, working with new people, working with a new team, new group, whatever it is. This is a card of teamwork. And remember, I said Saturn's been building that structure and stability for you. Well, you have the Three of Pentacles here, where the Three of Pentacles are actually in the structure of the building. So there is that longevity here, but this is really great. Three is it's a vibration of the Empress, card 3, the birth of new things. And so you can look forward. There's so much you can look forward to. All right. And, with the Ace of Pentacles in your challenge area, that's also just saying that there may have been something that didn't work out. All right. But was your head were you in the right place? And again, because this is for March to come, right? Not a good time to launch something in March, only because you've got Venus and Mercury retrograde and the eclipses, which are wild cards. Okay, Cancer, but you're going to be fine if you just if you move forward. Okay, you got a lot to look forward to. Big heart of nostalgia too. People are definitely coming back from your past, big time. Okay, so look forward to that, because that's a positive. It's a great card. Okay, and remember, with Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, people from your past, they resurface. So, Cancer, let's break it down week by week. The first week of March, so Venus goes retrograde. We talked about that. Mercury moving into Aries, the Sun trine Mars, and that's the thing. Mars is just This is pretty much the only time he's going to be really, really active. But again, this trine lasts a lot, like for weeks. You're going to feel it. Remember, it's in your sign. So I like this for you a lot. All right. So, and that's aside from the lunations. Remember the lunations, and we'll do that in the second spread. Or, we do that in the second spread. That's when the moon is like trining all the planets or sextiling or aspecting. Let's see what's going on for you. Happy Daylight Savings Day, Sunday, March 9th. Let's see what's going on for you, Cancer, for the first week of March. So you got the moon. Yeah. Lot. Okay. So remember, be in touch with your emotions. It's all about your emotional evolution here. Yeah. There's gonna be something here where you really have to go within. And that's why I'm still like, even with that Seven of Swords, are you being honest with yourself about something? Are you following like your intuition? Like what you feel deep down in your bones? But here, there may be some things that you may have to acknowledge. You see the two pillars here, like the towers or whatnot, like just, they're going to be up here. You got to chisel them away. Okay. Remember, Jupiter has gone direct in your 12th house, the subconscious. So you've got the luck of Jupiter. So don't be afraid. You're going to be fine. Okay. You're going to be good. All right. Now, the other thing is the moon in tarot is attributed to Pisces. And so remember, we have all this Piscean energy in your 9th house of spirituality anyway. So go deep, have those moments. Okay. Now, the second week, we've got the Sun conjuncting Saturn, as I said, on March 12th, and our, major conjunctions, multiple. And then the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, March 13th, 14th. Sun sextile Uranus and Mercury retrograde. That's a lot. I haven't even covered half that. We'll do it next week. We'll start with the first week of March. Okay. So, for your weekly reading, what can we expect for Cancer for the second week of March? That's great. Look at you. You do that work, right? You got the King of Cups. That's amazing. He is so on top of everything. Emotionally stable. He's, has this really strong emotional intelligence. He leads with his heart. He's got so much love to give. This is you being the rock for people in your world. And that's you, Cancer. That's you, right? And even with that Queen of Pentacles popping up too, because remember, she's really good at that. So I love that. He is the most intuitive king, borderline psychic, by the way. So trust your intuition. Okay. Now, third week, we move into Aries season on March 20th. Happy equinox, and then the Sun conjunct Venus, which is amazing. Now, here's the other thing. Like this week is, you know what? I'll just tell you. On Sunday, March 23rd, we will have the Sun sextile Pluto. That's big. Okay. There's definitely going to be something here for you. With the Sun in Aries in your 10th house of career, and you've got Pluto in Aquarius in your 8th house of death and rebirth, transformation, but also like business partners and whatnot. So I love that. All right. So let's see what's going on for you for the third week. Of March. 7 of Cups. If you are a cross watcher, you may notice the 7 of Cups has come up a lot. Now, what else has happened here is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Scorpio cards. Okay. And so Scorpio rules your 5th house. You got to know what you want. That's going to not only fill your cup, right, where you're emotionally fulfilled, But what is going to bring you the most joy? Because Scorpio ruling your fifth house, the fifth house is the house of joy and pleasure and true love and romance and creativity and self-expression, procreation, recreation, all of that. The bottom line, it's the house of pleasure. So what is going to bring you joy? You're emotionally stable now. Everything's good. Now, what's going to make you like, have that nirvanic, because that is a lot of Scorpio cards. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Oh, you want me to clarify? All right, I'll clarify. The other thing is the third week, you could just have a lot of different opportunities and you're just like, okay, well, I really have to go within to figure out what I want. Or even come up with a couple different opportunities. Yeah. With the Queen of Swords there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's great. That's so much clarity. Head above the clouds. Really great decision maker. And you're going to be fine. As long as you trust your intuition. Okay. And then you make the decision. Right? With the Queen of Swords. You got 3 queens. Now, last week of March. Oh, wow. There's so much happening. All right. So, Venus goes back into Pisces, so exalted again. We have that new moon solar eclipse in Aries. We have Mercury going back into Pisces. We have Neptune moving into Aries. We also have Chiron conjuncting the moon in Aries. We have a lot. So let's see what is going on for you, Cancer, with the last week of March. I told you. So you got the Fool. Everything that you're working toward, everything that I want you to work toward and feel accomplished for coming to the end of this journey, because you're about to start a new one. Remember, you did get the World. Look at your last week's reading. I think the World came up that time too. Like, you're ready. And it's going to happen. The Fool coming right at the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. That's big. And it aligns. You're good. You have the Fool. And this is starting your new journey. We're talking about the full journey here. You see the full abundance of the sun as well. So there's all that optimism and growth and vitality and opportunities, right? Taking that leap of faith. Have faith in yourself. And in the universe. Confidence, right? With the full energy. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You're launching yourself into this new territory, this new you. All right, by the end of March. But I do, again, this is really beautiful, that 2 of Cups, but it's when you do that healing, when you let others in, because look, he's alone. But then when you get to your future, you got someone with you here. In your external factors, you got these 2 here. Okay, so you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Cancer next week. Oh gosh. Okay. So, the second spread, we're good. Yeah. We'll pull Mercury. We're going to we'll do career. We'll do money. We'll do, love. We'll do all that. We'll do all that. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Cancer next week. We're going to go deeper in these aspects. There are some ones in the first week that I didn't talk about that are really big for you. Okay. Yeah. And if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know. Cancer, tell me what's going on. This is going to be, you're going through a big, caterpillar to butterfly. Okay. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much, Cancer. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.